Today, I'm creating this painting with my Daniel Smith gouache. I'm still practicing with gouache. Gouache is definitely new to me, while watercolor is not. Gouache definitely is. And I've got to say that I found my challenge in this painting. I wanted to start with painting the sand because I wanted to layer up the water on top, because there are parts where you can see through the water and you can see some of the sand underneath. And in creating this, you're going to see I struggle. I struggle a lot. Stay tuned to the end and you will definitely see how this sand gives me a run for my money. I really wanted that beautiful, soft, wet and wet blending that I can get from watercolor. And I just can't get that in gouache. And if gouache is your medium of choice, I apologize. This video is probably going to make you cringe and be like, what on earth is she doing? But I'm just playing. I am experimenting and having fun, seeing what I can do with these colors, seeing where I can push them. I really, although it frustrated me, had a lot of fun creating this. So here I'm just working on trying to start layering the water over my sand. This is where one wave is receding out and rising up into the next wave that's about to crash on the shore. And here I'm painting in our sea, or ocean, that is behind that wave that we can see back behind there. My reference photo, the wave had a lot more green colors in it, and I absolutely loved that about it. So I wanted to kind of capture that green look that you get sometimes as the water rises and the light's passing through. But I struggled. I was using just the Daniel Smith colors. I have all 22 that have been released. You see them in my palette here. And I just wasn't getting that beautiful, like, sea green that I wanted, although I will continue to try and mix it. And it's a little more teal looking or turquoise looking in person. For some reason, the camera just does not like teal, and it's very hard to convey that. Now I've removed my tape. I had a tape to mark off my horizon, and I'm just painting in my sky. This was not giving me the smoothness I wanted either. However, I like the results that I ended up with in the sky. And I'm painting this on my B 100% cotton. This is on the 90-pound watercolor paper, and I've shared with you guys on the channel how I've turned that into a block. I am loving this paper in block form. Now that I've made it into a block, when it dries nice and flat. I can throw, as you will see, a lot of water and paint at this paper now, and it doesn't buckle like it used to if it was worked in a loose sheet. So here I'm starting to lay in some of the foam to show how that water is being pulled back out to rise up into the wave that is coming at us. In using this, normally when I want white, I'll reach for my Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White, and I've shared that in quite a few videos recently here on the channel. But here I'm just using the Daniel Smith white gouache that I got. And you're going to notice when I first lay it down, it's pretty bright white, but quickly it blends in with the color below, and that color kind of bleeds up into the white. So definitely still, if there was something that I wanted to be absolutely opaque white, I think I'd still be reaching for the Dr. P.H. Martin's Bleed Proof White. I think it has not lost its place as my favorite for working white over watercolor. So here again, because my colors have faded, I'm just working some of the areas that I want brighter over again. And they still kind of bleed through, and they get it gets, a bit muted and doesn't stay that stark white, but I'm not disappointed in it. This was such a great learning experience. I think I needed some darker values at the base of that wave to kind of show where it's starting to rise up. If I had to go or wanted to go back over and edit and add more to this, I think that's one of the things I would do, is add in a little bit of the darker green values near the base of it. It was bothering me as I come back and looked at this one when I finished. And that's what I think was bothering me about it, because it doesn't I'm not seeing that separation where it's turning and rising up. But here, I wasn't happy with the streakiness of my sand, so I'm going to try to come back in and layer it up again. Now, you can layer with gouache, as you can see. I'm going to do quite a few. But there were a few times where I watched it on the video, and I was like, ooh, I should have left it alone there. Are you guilty of that? Drop me a comment and let me know. Are you guilty of continuing to work something when maybe you should have stopped? I do it all the time. And it's okay. Again, this is not a masterpiece, but it is definitely a learning piece. I dried it there, and once it dried, I didn't like how I had that difference of color, the difference in values there. So yet again, I'm going to try to smooth things out to make this look like sand and get my darker values near the water because the sand is wet. And of course, when the sand is wet, it will be darker. So once again, laying that in, and in doing this, I kind of messed up a little bit of my white edges. So I'm going to go back through and just touch those up now. And I think at this point, I was just like, I need to just leave it be and just accept that this was a learning piece for sure. But no, I didn't feel that the shadow or the, that really wet sand was quite dark enough. So yep, I went at it again. And again, my apologies. If gouache is your medium, you're probably cringing so bad right now. Like, why is she doing this? But, it's how we learn. I encourage you, grab your medium and just play with it. Paint a subject that you love. I love painting water. My seascapes still aren't to the caliber that I want them to be, but I continue to paint them and practice. What's your favorite subject to paint? Drop me a comment and let me know. Let's have a discussion about it. What things do you enjoy painting? I love landscapes. I love seascapes. And here, right there, I lifted a little bit too much color, and now I was like, oh no, I need to darken that up. It looks weird. You're going to see, I really am about ready to just call it a day and accept this for what it was. And that was a great learning project. To do it again? Oh, I don't know. I don't know that I would paint this in gouache again. Nope. I think I would paint this just in watercolor, and I may redo it to see, can I do it better? But there it is. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please give the video a thumbs up. I'm going to drop another video here that you might like to watch next, and I will catch you in a video real soon. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.